This week on Hooligan Nation, grab your Aquanet and let's take a trip down memory lane. I want my MTV and you should also. This week, our journey through what may be the greatest decade for our music. Stay tuned, because you got
nothing to lose.
You wanted the best. Well, they retired. So you got two dudes in a garage.
Talking KISS.
Welcome to the Hooligan Nation, the KISS-Centric podcast, the podcast where the riffs are loud, but our opinions are louder. I'm Anthony.
I'm Rocco.
And that's Little Angel.
Hello.
2 weeks in a row, we get a special guest.
Yes.
And I don't mean special that rides the short bus. I mean special, like special.
But sometimes I could be, either. I could ride the bus.
You could ride the bus.
I could ride the bus.
The short one.
Yes.
Except Dover didn't have any buses.
No buses.
We were too cheap.
Absolutely.
What's up, hooligans? Get out your Alf stuffed animal.
Oh, I had one of those.
I know. And your jean jacket with Metallica and KISS patches all over the place. And hold on for dear life as we journey back to the greatest decade of our music, the 80s. But before that, we have news, music we are listening to, and of course, what do we have? We have a poll. But first, last episode recap, Big Hair, Big Hits, the ultimate 80s hard rock heavy metal retrospective part 1. Which one of you two wants to go first?
Father Rocco? Wait. Oh, how do you point? That's weird. Sorry.
First.
It is weird, right? You got it.
That is weird.
Yeah.
Wait the woo.
Does anybody want to add anything to last week's shindig?
We're just warming up. We got another. Now we got the other half.
I was too into pop and young for the early 80s, so I don't feel like that wasn't really fully all my stuff. So I didn't have much to contribute. This is more getting into my music.
Oh, yeah. I did look at like 85 to 89 and go, holy shit.
Yeah.
I did.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, that one and that one and that one.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, I appreciated the music as we got older.
Father Rocco, you got anything?
No, like I said, we're just warming up. I mean, I was old enough to appreciate some of that, but it's just now we're getting into the meat and potatoes of our era, really.
News. Anybody got any news?
I just got one thing. The first trailer for the new Hulu streaming service, heavy metal docuseries Into the Void, will be out September 22nd. Life, Death, and Heavy Metal.
Get out.
It's going to be, it sounds really cool. I'm looking forward to it.
Look at you with the scoop. I haven't even heard about
I'm going to have
that.
to borrow her Hulu. Yeah.
You got to borrow her Hulu hoop.
Hula hoop.
No.
Well, we
That's
are,
a good
in, we
80s
are in
thing.
the 80s. Yeah, we are in the 80s.
Yeah, that's good. That's
I'm
good.
doing my best. You can hold on to your Alf stuffed animal while you Hulu hoop.
Just give me a second. I got to finish messing with my Etch a Sketch.
Oh.
Don't. Who sank my battleship? We could do that. I
We could do this all day.
Yeah. We
No.
never get to anything music related.
This is true. This is true.
Little Angel, do you have
Yes.
any news?
Well, I
Oh,
had
you
a
do.
what?
You do have news.
I do. I don't know if you saw it on there was a viral TikTok going around.
Oh, I saw it.
Oh yeah.
I saw
From
the
the-
right hook.
Oh yeah, from the aforementioned Korn and System of the Down concert that I was at. How do you put it? Let's see. Last week was all about vaginas and douche.
Oh my God.
This is more. Now we have to even it out to the boys' side. He was pleasuring himself while watching Korn in broad daylight.
Does Korn really like incite that kind of response?
So yeah, so this gentleman, everyone moved away. He was in the 300 section, and everyone moved away while because they were noticing he was going to town, and another fan came down and hit him in the head. And the police and security came and carried him. I think there was about 8 or more people carrying him up the up the stairs to get him out and processed out. He was holding on for dear life, not to himself, but to the side rails when they were pulling him out of the seats. Insane.
I keep telling myself every time something like this happens, I keep telling myself I've now seen it all.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm not sure that I've seen it all. I cannot believe what. Look, Ange, you may not realize this. I mean, you have a husband and 2 sons, but I'm not sure that you realize this. But your brother, I'm 99% sure your brother will agree with me. Men are visual.
Yeah.
We're not imaginative. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's relatively rare to rub one out to nothing.
He was staring
Where
at the band.
do you find the motivation to just whip that thing out and start beating it to a crowd of Korn fans?
Craziness.
I mean,
right?
I could be wrong about this, but I'm guessing for every 20 male fans of Korn that were at the concert, there was one female.
Oh yeah.
So you're picking a needle out of a haystack, unless
You swing that way. Yeah,
we're gonna skip that part. But
Yeah.
even then, you're in the 300 section, so you're getting motivation out of something that's about that big.
That's all you can see. Right.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. It was bizarre. It was really a bizarre thing.
My favorite part of all of this, and make no mistake about it, this
Look
is
at the
my
bright side. You're
favorite
in the
part.
medical staff, so at least you didn't have to treat him.
Yeah, this is true. This is true.
Sorry.
Well, he did have calluses probably on his hands.
Yeah.
But
Well, no, somebody hit him in the head too, right?
Yeah.
Oh, he got a right hook. He got a nice tight right hook.
Yeah.
And that poor bastard that gave him the right hook got thrown out.
Oh, I'm sure. Yep. Oh, I'm sorry.
Man. That's doing a public.
I'm sorry.
Doing a public service.
Yeah.
He was doing a public service. They should have thanked him for that. I can guarantee you, and this is something I can guarantee. I can guarantee you, as the state police was escorting him out, somebody leaned in and said, "Good job."
Yeah.
Oh, more than one, probably.
I promise you, somebody said,
sure.
"Hey, we don't have a choice in this, but hey, good job."
Yeah. Yeah.
True. I can understand why you did. That would just blow my mind if I was sitting there at a Korn concert, and all of a sudden I look to my left and I'm like, "What is he doing?" Are you kidding me?
I know. Truly.
And I'll say this. I would give him a little bit of leniency, a little bit, if he was at like an Alice Cooper concert and Nita Strauss was out. If
I know
he was
where you were going with that.
If he was at a Taylor Swift concert, like at least I'm not trying to say. I don't
care. Keep it in your pants. I don't care what concert you're at.
But you can go, all right, he's a little over the top. He probably shouldn't do it, but
you'd still say that if he's sitting right next to you.
No, don't get me wrong. He'd get a right hook from me. If
Okay, all right.
Number one.
I think he would get a left hook from me. Like truly, there's just no way.
Well, that's because you're left-handed.
I'm left-handed.
I'm not. If I gave somebody a left hook, it'd be like a. Yeah, the right hook will hurt. The left hook, no. And I would make that noise at the same time. But my favorite part of it is the New York Post. I think it was the New York Post. The New York Post did such an in-depth article on it. They put his name out there. They put where he lived. They went and searched on LinkedIn, found a job that he hasn't been at in like 10 years. They called his job, like they blew his shit up. And then Eddie Trunk took it on his radio show and blew his shit up again. And I think that's the best thing. And this has nothing to do with music at all. But this just blows my mind. Like hooligans, you cannot forget, this is 2025. There are cameras everywhere.
Everywhere.
And
You know it, yeah.
and the rub one out guy, and then the Phillies Karen,
Oh,
they
yeah.
both got it back to back weeks. Yo, you can't do that. You can't act a fool in public anymore
Yeah.
because everybody's got a camera.
And you're
Phil-
like, yeah.
Phillies
I mean,
Karen.
You
oh
didn't see
my
the
God.
Phillies video?
Oh
No.
my God. Oh,
Dude, you're really out of touch with baseball.
yeah. You don't even have to be in touch with
Yeah, you
baseball.
don't know. I know.
Google when we're done,
Oh,
Google Phillies Karen and watch the 30 videos coming from different angles. Real quick, hooligans, you can go get something to drink or go get yourself a Jolly Rancher.
we'll get to the music, we promise, but this is important.
Father Rocco will throw you a Jolly Rancher if you want to, but I got to tell this story because it blows my mind. Harrison Bader, ex-New York Yankee, he hits a home run. Woman is standing by her seat over here. Guy is over here. He runs over. The ball's bouncing around all over the place.
Like it does at every single baseball game.
He grabs the ball, runs back over to his side, and gives it to, I don't know, how old
His
you think
son.
the kid was?
8 years old? 8, 9?
8, 9-year-old son. Hands it to him, hugs him. It's
it was
it's
actually
a
a really
father-son heartwarming moment.
it really was.
Sounds cool.
Well,
Here comes Karen running over,
touching
all
the
in his
man,
face,
grabbing his arm.
all in his face. And you know what? That guy should be given the Nobel Peace Prize because he takes the ball out of the kid's hand and hands it to her and then says, "Get out of here."
Yep.
Right?
And he was so stunned that how about him? He literally like jumped like this because she grabbed him and started screaming at him. He was so stunned, like what's going on? Yeah. Yeah, it
Wow.
was.
I got to check it out.
It was profound.
Wow.
This woman, her picture and
Everywhere.
her bad haircut, because that's a bad haircut.
Yes.
Her picture is everywhere. On
Yeah.
you pick a social media, and I guarantee you,
There.
as you start to slide up and down, you will find her within the first 3 or 4 videos.
Did you
TikTok,
see?
Instagram,
Everywhere.
Blue Sky. You probably don't even know what Blue Sky is. Twitter, Facebook. She is everywhere.
Where the hell was I didn't know anything about it.
Yeah, it was this week. My favorite meme out of the whole thing, or like the video or whatever, is Gollum from Lord of the Rings with that haircut with the baseball. It's fan-freaking-tastic.
I don't know who it is.
I know you don't know.
I've never seen Lord of the Rings either.
Did you ever see Gollum? Is the guy goes precious, and he's like a little monster. Goes I never really watched the. I'm gonna send it to you. It's funny with the haircut. Hooligans, I hope someone can comment and say you understand what I'm talking about with Gollum. With these
Lord of
people
the
who
Rings.
don't watch
Believe me,
Lord of the Rings.
there are plenty of people who watch Lord. I guarantee you're going to get.
Please make fun
There's-
of my cousin and my brother about this.
There are more
and
people
talk
out
about
there
Gollum.
that like Lord of the Rings than don't. I know that for a
Yes.
fact.
Why are you making fun of us? I don't mess with Lord of the Rings.
Everyone knows who Gollum is.
This is around the time that he's going to
Make
start saying there's
precious
nothing
with
that
the
can touch
ring?
Star Wars.
That's where I was going. You know what, Father Rocco, you complete me.
Hey, listen, I finally
Oh
caught up
God,
on
I needed
Star Wars.
that. I needed that. That was good.
I've seen more Star Wars than I've seen of Lord of the Rings. I've only seen one movie of Lord of the Rings.
How many movies are there?
A lot. A lot. Chris has seen all of them 100,000 times.
Really?
Yeah, he's a big Lord of the Rings guy.
That and Harry Potter, I can't get into any of that.
Oh,
stuff.
Harry Potter's awesome.
I think
yeah,
I've actually enjoyed reading Harry Potter more than watching it though, because
I can do the Harry Potter thing.
Well, that's because of Hermione.
Nah, man. Come
You
on.
have a crush on Hermione?
Hermione?
What you trying to Epstein me?
What did you just say? Hermione?
She's like 9 years old. Stop.
Oh, when it started, we were younger.
We weren't. we weren't
We're-
that young.
You're right, we
I
were.
was married, I think, when
I think so, yeah.
I think we've
Yeah.
lost all our hooligans here.
yeah,
I'm sorry.
I
Yeah,
think
sorry,
so, too.
guys.
Completely off topic.
I just have a little quick news snippet, Father Rocco snippet.
Snippet.
For any hard rock heavy metal fan that probably stopped watching the MTV Video Music Awards probably about 20 years ago, they just aired last Sunday night, and they did a tribute to Ozzy Osbourne. It was a great moment.
Good tip. It was good.
Yeah, it was a great moment. Yes.
I just had a comment, and I'm so
Oh.
sorry to interrupt you.
Do you have your left hand on the Bible?
No,
I don't know. I thought you were
I
taking
was
an
just
oath.
I was
Okay, go
raising my
ahead.
hand to not interrupt. I just want to say a follow up from last week. Steven Tyler did not cut his hair. Go on.
Kind of funny, right?
Right, it was
Is
perfect.
that a wig though?
No, I think it was AI.
I think it was AI, but
I
that was
think
the
it
first
wasn't-
I saw it, and it was beautiful, and I was like, he didn't cut his hair, so that's why I had
I
interrupted.
tell you what, it was cool. It was cool watching Youngblood with him. I really liked that.
Yeah, it was Youngblood, Nuno Bettencourt, Steven Tyler, and Joe Perry were the stars of the what would you call that?
Tribute.
It was really
Tribute.
cool. It was cool.
And it was really cool. So if it, it's all over YouTube. If you're a hooligan and you want to watch that, you can find it on YouTube. And for the hooligans wondering what the hell we're talking about Steven Tyler, if you again live under a rock like Father Rocco does and doesn't know who the Philly Karen is, there was a picture that's been circulating for probably the last 2 weeks or so of Steven Tyler with short hair. And once again, welcome to 2025, because it's most likely 99% an AI generated photo, because Steven Tyler came out on the VMAs, and it could be a wig, and it could be hair extensions, and it could be
all of that. Yeah, that's true.
but he had more hair than I think I've ever seen him with. So I'm guessing
It could have
was
been a little, yeah.
music we're listening to.
Yeah, I got a couple things. It brought back memories. I've been listening to Screaming for Vengeance, Judas Priest, a lot. It's really, I forgot how much I love that album. Electric Eye, Bloodstones, the self-titled Screaming for Vengeance. Of course, Another Thing Coming, Fever. Like, it's a really, really good album. So I've been listening to that pretty much every day since we did the last episode. And I've been attempting to break down Randy Rhoads.
Oh, good luck with that.
Yeah, I need it.
Yeah,
I need it. I need some luck. I'm
Wow.
doing little pieces at a time.
No, thank you. It's above and beyond me. That's for sure. Oh wait, I don't know how to play guitar at all. Well, that's why
You
it's
just know how to
above me.
blow up guitars. That's all.
What I thought you said
do.
I thought
You know how
said
to
you
do
were
those
like the
really
king of
well.
guitar band.
What'd you say?
You were like the king of guitar band.
No, I was the king of rock band on
Rock band,
guitar.
right.
I was damn good. When they aren't strings and they're buttons, boy,
Easy peasy.
I can button.
I'm
I
good.
can
too.
button with the best of them.
Heck yeah. We'll have to jam one day, Aunt.
Oh, I still have my rock band guitar downstairs somewhere in the basement.
Yeah.
Ainge, you got any music?
I'm pathetic. No.
No, you're not pathetic. I ain't got no music either.
You don't either? Okay. Thank you for making me feel better.
If I had to guess, she's listening to talk shows,
That's
podcasts,
No.
other podcasts. No.
The only music I'm listening to is when Danny's got something on the radio right now.
well, I can tell you
And-
one thing. If she's listening to podcast, I can tell you which one it isn't.
Don't even give me the look like I set you
Crickets.
up there.
Crickets, you did. You did.
And now, does everyone know what time it is?
Poll.
Time.
Poll. You should have Father Rocco on a pole dancing.
No. That's his job. That's his job. He's the dancer on the pole.
Yep.
I didn't say you act a cartoon of it. I didn't say you actually have to be on a pole dancing.
He
I will
does.
I will get working on that.
He has a pole in his house.
You have a pole at your house yet?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. All the time.
What?
I
That's cool.
Where do you think he got the idea to do the pole?
Yeah, I pole dance as exercise. Anyhow, our weekly polls can be found on our community tab and our Facebook group, The Hooligan Nation, a KISS-Centric podcast. If you're not a member of our group, you should be like our little angel and join. The question for the week was, these are the top 4 best-selling hard rock heavy metal bands of the 1980s. In your opinion, who's your favorite? Your choices: Def Leppard, Bon Jovi, Guns N' Roses, and AC/DC. Little Angel.
Bon Jovi.
Bon Jovi. Okay. What do you think the Hooligans said?
Oh, I think they said Def Leppard.
Father Rocco?
Def Leppard.
And what do you think the Hooligans
It's close,
said?
though. It's close. I like them all, but...
Well, I like them all, too.
Yeah, I think...
Oh, maybe Guns N' Roses.
I think the Hooligans said Guns N' Roses.
Do you? Ainge, would you like to change your answer?
No, I'm going to stick with my other one.
All of us were wrong. I was a little shocked.
AC/DC?
That's why I love these polls. Def Leppard came in with 12%.
Really?
Bon Jovi came in with 20%.
Wow.
Guns N' Roses came in with 28%. And AC/DC took it with 40%.
Wow.
Oh.
Kind of a shock, right?
Yeah, I mean, I love all 4 bands.
I know, yeah.
And
I am shocked.
And we're a little under a time constraint, so I don't want to get into comments, but there were some crazy comments that went along with this. Like, I can understand making the comment about Def Leppard and Bon Jovi being popish, but one of our illustrious hooligans, and I love you even if I think you're crazy, made a blanket comment that they're all pop stars. And I was like, nah,
What?
man. Guns N' Roses and AC/DC are not pop. Thank you, everybody who voted. We had another good turnout, so I know I greatly appreciate it. And as always, we do have another poll that is up right now. Battleborn is a collaborative effort among like-minded individuals and organizations intent on repairing and restoring people who have served our country. We do this by delivering a unique level of support and guidance to those servicemen and women who have emotional and psychological wounds. We provide support directly and indirectly in collaboration with others in our community who value those who have served this nation and its communities. For more information, go to wearebattleborn.com. Bigger Hair, Bigger Hits, the Ultimate 80s Hard Rock and Heavy Metal Retrospective Part 2. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Let's get ready to rock.
Rock.
Ding,
Nice.
ding, 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 bing, bing. Anyhow, anywho, we are going to pick up where we left off, which was 1985.
Yep.
And let me tell you, folks, the first album we're going to talk about in 1985 is just a warm-up because our hooligans are going to think this is a letdown. But I want to gradually bring you into the stratosphere because, boy, we're going to get massive really quick. So the first album is Dire Straits' Brothers in Arms. While not metal, this is a rock album, and it was massively influential. It was their first album to sell over 1 million CDs, certified 9 times platinum in the US and 10 times platinum in the UK, and sold over 30 million copies worldwide. And they were also sweethearts of MTV.
I was going to say
They
that.
were extreme sweethearts.
Yeah.
This is going to be said over and
theme.
over again. If you were a sweetheart on MTV, you were going to sell records.
Yep.
All right, next, Motley Crue, Theater of Pain. Anybody?
Home Sweet Home. I love that song.
Yeah.
I think it's the worst. I think it's the worst album Motley Crue ever put
It's
out.
not a great. No, it's not a great album, but that song and that video is awesome.
Yeah.
But the album is weird.
If I was going to
weirdest
pick
Motley Crue album.
If I was going to pick a video from that album, I would say that Smoking in the Boys' Room
That
was
was
the
good
better
too.
video. But I can tell you
Oh, that was a
this
great
much.
video.
Home Sweet Home was on, what was that? The top 20 video countdown that they used to do
Yes.
every day.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's what
Yep.
Vince is in there. He's got the
Oh,
posters. And, oh, come on, that's a great
oh
video.
my God, that video. You know what? You know what's wrong with me? I hate that video. You know why I hate
Why?
it? Because I watched it 4 million times. If you look from Shout at the Devil to Theater of Pain, oh my, everything changed with Motley Crue. Everything.
They got some bad advice.
The music. What was that?
Hmm?
What was that?
What's what?
Was that a Skittle?
Was that a gummy worm? Oh, back to the pretzels.
It's not a nugget though.
Anyway, next, Aerosmith, Done with Mirrors.
You know, and some people can say that Aerosmith are like heroes, but you don't want a world without heroes.
Yep, 2 down.
But it's
There
not
we
a terrible
go.
song. I like that song.
Oh, yeah, good for you. Just what everybody needs while they're watching the Hooligan Nation on their Friday afternoon. Their demon crying.
There's
Just what
one
everybody
part.
needs.
Take that part out, and you love the song.
No, I don't love the song then, but I don't want to see my
I don't want
demon
to see
cry.
demon crying either.
Right. Thank you. Next up, Anthrax, Spreading the Disease.
I burnt that album out.
Oh,
Love that
my
album.
God.
But I remember going to see Anthrax after listening to that album like crazy, and I forget who they were warming up for, but the song Medusa was supposed to be. It was rated as it's going to be the fastest song ever played in a concert.
Next up, Twisted Sister, Come Out and Play. Despite the success of Stay Hungry in 1984, this follow-up moved more than 500,000 copies in the U.S., earning gold status, and destroyed Twisted Sister.
Yeah.
This is the album with Leader of the Pack that you know, for what it is, I actually like Leader of the Pack, and
I did
once
too.
again, the
I did too.
music video was kind of entertaining to me. But I know that widespread Twisted Sister fans went out of their mind,
It
and
was too far away from them. Yeah.
I think they're still going out of their mind about that. Next up, let's all contain ourselves here, okay? Next album, Bon Jovi, 7,800 Degrees Fahrenheit.
Good album, really good album.
Good
Fantastic.
album. You know what?
Fantastic.
One of the notes that came from this album was that it was a musical drop-off.
Not even close to being a drop off.
I didn't think it was a drop-off. I mean, it's not filled with hits, and I can tell you from watching documentaries and interviews that Bon Jovi are not big fans of 7,800 Fahrenheit.
They slammed that record. I was going to say that they slammed that record. They don't really care for it too much.
Isn't that the
I
one
like it
that's
a
got In and Out of Love
Yeah.
and
Tokyo Road.
Only the Lonely?
Yep.
And
Yep.
there's another one, I think.
Which
They
that's like
may
one of my
not be-
favorite songs.
Yeah, they may not be known hits, but to me, there's a lot of hits on that album.
It was a good record. I don't care. It was good.
I thought it was a good record. I
But
mean,
they didn't feel like it was their potential or anything. Yeah.
and if you're watching or listening to this podcast and you don't know much about Bon Jovi, trust me, it only gets bigger from this point on, because they take over the entire world really soon.
They're a
Now-
good band. Unfortunately, I think they were the band the people that don't like Bon Jovi were skewed thinking they were too popsy. But if you really listen to their music, it's great lyrics, good harmonies, good melodies, good music, period.
Hooligans. I just want to say, I was made fun of at this time for liking Bon Jovi from Father Rocco because it was too popsy.
Did I really do that?
Oh, you were terrible to me.
That's because I was listening to Metallica.
Exactly. And Slayer and all this other stuff.
Isn't
yeah.
it?
I know
isn't
for a
it
fact there's
amazing?
some hooligans that had some flashbacks of what I just did there.
But isn't it
I don't want to be a
amazing?
poser.
Isn't it
You want to be a
amazing
poser.
that now in our 50s, that is so funny, but when we were teenagers, You could not publicly be a Metallica fan and be a
Yep.
Bon Jovi fan.
Amen. Absolutely.
You had
100%.
if you wanted to keep your man card, you had to publicly be a Metallica fan, and then privately you could be a Bon Jovi fan.
And I was.
Anyway, next, Father Rocco, keep yourself contained, okay? Rat, invasion of your privacy.
Rat. Oh my gosh.
Not as good as Out of the Cellar, but DeMartini's a stud, man. I love his guitaring. I mean, it's a good album, but it's not. Out of the Cellar was like the bar. I don't think
That
Rat
was
ever,
their
ever I don't think they ever able to get up to that level.
that was their pinnacle right there. Next up is a fantastic, incredible, undeniably amazing album, Dokken, Under Lock and Key.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Listen, man, I sang with George Lynch. You know how much I feel about that album. I freaking love Dokken. Dokken could have been, if they didn't break up and have issues, that they could have been a lot bigger band, in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree. And I think Under Lock and Key was probably their best album.
Yeah. Yeah, it was. It's hard to deny that. I mean, they had a lot of good music, but
They had like 3 in a row that was really good. We're gonna get into. I think it's 88 is Back for the Attack, which is the Mr. Scary album, which is amazing also. But Under Lock and Key, I think it's what she said earlier. We're getting into our wheelhouse here.
Yeah.
I'm going to make a little comparison. You know how like Bon Jovi, the secret sauce was.
That's it.
What?
You said little.
What? I didn't finish.
But you said little comparison.
That's for you.
Whoa,
Anyway,
thanks.
Well, I'm wearing I got to give you one of these. I'm wearing my Goodfellow shirt. So, the comparison I'll give you is, you know how like the secret sauce of Bon Jovi was Richie and Bon Jovi's harmonies back and forth, right?
Mhm.
Yes.
To me, the secret sauce in Dokken was George Lynch's melodic guitaring with Don Dokken's voice. Match made in heaven.
Also, here's a little nugget that you will have to go fact check. The drum sound on Under Lock and Key is an amazing drum sound. It is not as good as Creatures of the Night, but it's close.
It's crisp.
Yes. Not as big, booming.
No, but you got a point there.
But the crispness. And I don't know who.
It's a very well produced album.
I don't know who produced it. And
Vinny Poncia.
You imagine if I look at this shit and it says Vinny Ponce. Now I got to look at it, and we're just wasting time here.
I know, but I had to. That's a mic drop, right?
I know. For I'm 99% sure that it was not Vinny Ponce.
No, it definitely wasn't.
Next up, Stryper, Soldiers Under Command.
I like In God We Trust better, but that's
In God We Trust was good.
I just love Stryper.
I do too.
I still like Stryper. I saw Stryper last year in concert, and they were still great.
No
I
argument
was actually
here.
jealous you went to that concert because I would have loved to go see Stryper.
Oh, it was so good, and they did it so well. They catered to the old people. I'm serious. Like these older bands, if they could learn from Stryper, that would be great. They came out on stage. They did about an hour, I think maybe, and it was all their greatest hits. And then they took a 15-minute break, and they said, we're going to take a 15-minute break. We're going to come back, and we're going to play all of our newer material. I was like, yo, peace out. I'm out of here. Bye-bye. In at 8 o'clock, out at 10 o'clock. I was home by 11. Got my bedtime and everything. I like their new album that they put out in 2024, but I don't need to hear it live. I needed to hear the old stuff. And finally, we will end the illustrious 1985 with the can't miss, who could forget, KISS Asylum. Another distinct sound change, cleaner, crisper, poppier. The look changed also.
Yeah, definitely poppier.
Go ahead, Father Rocco. Tell us it's a great album and you love it, and the music didn't change because I know it's coming. And
I mean, we've been doing this podcast a while. You know, I love it. I love Asylum. There's a lot of great songs on there, in my opinion, and we've gone back and forth, and it's definitely been not, I guess, not proven, but people saw them, and it's why it didn't sell as well as it could have, because they didn't pay enough attention to the music because of how crazy their looks were.
well, I 100% agree with you there. The look was horrific.
Yeah.
I'm sure Gene did not come up with that
No, sir, no
whole
way.
ensemble he had going on.
Kind
But
of
here,
like something my mom would wear.
yes, I can
Really?
agree with that.
It could have been Reeves. Reeves could have made the clothing choices for these guys.
Wow.
I
You know
am
it's
gonna
true.
make podcast. I'm gonna make KISS podcast history here, and
Okay.
I am about to debunk something that has been argued for at least the last 40 years. Father Rocco, am I correct in the fact that everybody, not everybody, but most KISS fans accuse KISS of following everyone else into the glam metal scene?
Yeah.
Right. Well,
Yeah.
you know what? If you look at these albums all listed, and if you take yourself back to 1984, and just in case anybody forgot, because you should be studying and writing notes from last week, 1984's album debuts were Van Halen,
Yep.
1984, Scorpions Love at First Sting, Dio
Right.
Last in Line, Twisted Sister Stay Hungry, Iron Maiden Power Slave, Sammy Hagar VOA, Rat Out of the Cellar, Doc and Tooth and Nail, Bon Jovi's debut, Wasp's debut, Metallica Ride the Lightning, and Kiss Animalize. I have a question for both of you.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything in that list that even hints at like glam metal?
No.
No, nothing
There's
really stands out.
there's nothing. The only thing you could say, Bon Jovi. It was
I think Bon Jovi was really kind of the crossover to
Mm.
the hair bands, the glamour, like, you know what I mean? More like you said, the
oh
pop
my
scene.
God, she said hair. You can't say hair bands. You can't say hair bands. You can't say hair metal.
But
No,
they
you
were
don't
really
understand. That is not politically correct. I
Mm.
have been corrected by one of our hooligans.
Oh,
That's incredibly disrespectful.
really?
Oh yeah. I couldn't. I wanted to keep him. I did, and he's allowed to have his opinion. So I didn't respond to the comment because I don't have it in me.
So are we calling it glam metal?
Yeah, I guess that's acceptable.
Okay.
I'm not sure. But if you look at this, out of all those albums that came out in 1984, the only one that could be construed to be anywhere near glam metal or glam rock or whatever the hell
Yeah.
you want to call it would be Bon Jovi.
Yeah.
So maybe instead of accusing KISS of following a trend, they might have been one of the leaders of that trend. All right, say bye to all the hooligans.
I'm sorry. I want to stay. It's just my time, but I can't.
Hooligans, she's bailing on us in the middle of
I'm
an episode.
sorry. I'm sorry. Have fun.
I'll see you tomorrow.
All right.
I will not see you tomorrow.
I know. All right.
All right, bye.
Bye.
It's kind of funny she bails on us. And you know what the next album is?
What? Slippery When Wet?
Yep.
Oh, jeez.
Firing Up 1986. Bon Jovi's Slippery When Wet. One of the best-selling hard rock albums ever.
Yeah.
Approximately 17 million copies sold in the U.S. alone and an estimated 20 million worldwide. Contains massive hits like Living on a Prayer and You Give Love a Bad Name. This was the pinnacle moment that it started to become popular, to change. And how couldn't it? I mean, Bon Jovi put that album out and they skyrocketed almost immediately. And that's when everybody went, huh, let's try that.
You know, the one
Mind you,
thing,
that was after Asylum came out.
and
Just want to say that.
I think he does he does get the credit, but the one thing that I will always give Bon Jovi, and again along with Richie Sambora, phenomenal songwriters.
Yes, I agree. You know what? I'll do you one better. Great, great, great storytellers.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's I think that's an important ingredient in that. So yes, absolutely.
You know, I think there's a difference between writing a great song and telling a great story. And if you can tell a great story and make it a great song, I think
Yeah, I
that's
mean,
what
how
should
many
be at
people
the
want to
top.
meet Tommy and Gina? I mean, listen, you got to respect they never back down.
Hooligans, if you want to meet Tommy, you got to go to the docks.
Oh, like,
And if you want to meet Gina, you got to go to the diner. Okay?
oh.
Next up, grab your jean jacket, Metallica, Master of Puppets.
Oh.
Recognized as one of the most influential thrash metal albums of all time. While not diamond certified, it is a defining release in heavy music. It is a life altering, well, it was life altering to the members of the band, and
Absolutely.
it was life altering to an entire genre of music, and it was life altering for any fans that didn't want or weren't interested in the overproduced, clean, crisp, sometimes poppy sound of glam metal. Out comes Metallica, also with Anthrax, Slayer, and soon to be Megadeth. They formed their own little group for those that weren't that interested in just the overproduced sound. I think it's a historical album.
I do too. And on that note, to me, a lot of people will say that the Black Album of Metallica is the album that made them, like really put them on the map and really made them. To me, I go back to foundational things. They became what they became because of everything that they grew to as musicians on Master of Puppets.
I would say that Master of Puppets put them on the map, and the Black Album blew the map up.
Actually, you said that better than I did.
And this has to be said, they are the only one. Look, anybody can think whatever they want. I love you all, no matter what your opinions
Right.
are. But Bon Jovi probably doesn't become the Bon Jovi that we know of today without MTV. Neither does Twisted Sister, neither does Rat, neither does Dokken, neither does most of these bands. Look, for that
Absolutely.
matter, neither does Aerosmith. Hey, look,
The 80s used MTV to create marketing genius to grow the whole brand.
correct. Metallica
Didn't need it.
didn't even put a video out.
I had a feeling you were going there, and you're right.
Yeah.
That is a really good point.
I mean, that should be noted to everyone. They did this with an integral part, and they didn't even entertain. And look, folks, let's get this straight. Nobody was playing Metallica on the radio. You couldn't find a radio station that was playing Metallica. They were all playing Bon Jovi, Dokken, Twisted Sister, Kiss.
I relied on my Walkman.
That's what they were playing, and nobody was playing Metallica. Maybe they were in other parts of the country, but in the Northeast where we
Or
were,
not even country, though. It could be in Europe too. Maybe it was popular too.
right? What was the first Metallica song that made it to the radio? One.
Yeah.
What was the first Metallica song that had a video? One. And we're going to stay into the thrash metal realm with Slayer, Rain and Blood, a genre-defining speed thrash metal record, hugely influential and critically lauded. Look, once again, for the hooligans out there that are huge Slayer fans, good for you. Nothing wrong with that. They just didn't have, let's say, the mixture like Father Rocco said. I need a little melody. I need, I guess, at least a hint of some kind of poppiness. And Slayer definitely doesn't have either one of them for me. I was never a big fan.
They had a target audience.
Yeah, it's a niche.
Yeah. I mean, they're great musicians. I can appreciate what they do musically, but it's just not my thing.
And here is one of the albums that will divide the Hooligan Nation. Iron Maiden, Somewhere in Time, continued Maiden's success and introduced synthesizers into their sound, fueling both commercial and artistic acclaim. Yes, but I don't care.
I love it.
I love it too.
It was like the Bubblegum album. If Iron Maiden had a Bubblegum album, that was the one, and that was the one everybody said is too soft or whatever. But I love that album.
I love, if that's a Bubblegum album, I love Bubblegum. I'm cool with it. I'm serious.
If I'm being really honest here, there's not really too much Iron Maiden stuff I don't like. There's a lot of good. I don't like super early Iron Maiden. It's not my thing. But when Bruce Dickinson joined the band, from that era on, there's not too much I don't like. How Would Be Thy Name is one of my favorite rock and roll songs all time.
I dug the whole sound change of the last half of the 80s. They all did it. They all tried it. A lot of them, in my opinion, were very successful doing it. It's a good change up. And I love Somewhere in Time. And here's a band that is criminally underrated and has never, yes, in case anybody didn't hear me, never even been nominated for the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Disgusting.
Well, I mean, and Victor's backed us up on this too. Like, to me, unfortunately, Iron Maiden they're very much appreciated in Europe, but they don't get the same love that they deserve in America.
Next, Megadeth. Peace sells, but who's buying?
And now I'm gonna sound like a hypocrite now because I love that album.
A key thrash metal
It's a good album
for establishing Megadeth's legacy, influential in shaping the genre's direction. I don't know. I don't know if I 100% agree with that. It is a great album. Whoever chose Peace Sells as the first single,
killed it. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Anybody who plays bass and likes rock and roll, they want to play that. They want to play that part.
Maybe the most famous bass line to start a song ever.
Yeah.
And also, I got to do this again. Also helped along greatly by MTV, because that bass line, was it MTV News? I believe used that bass line. Right. I mean, and so definitely helped along, but a great album. A great, let's call it a recovery for Dave Mustaine. You know, if you get kicked out of Metallica, number one, if you get kicked out of Metallica at the time for being drunk, that's really bad. And to make, you know, Megadeth was never as big as Metallica. They will never be as big as Metallica. But Dave Mustaine and Megadeth, for where he started getting kicked out of Metallica, really recovered and put out some really great music. And it has to make you wonder.
And you know something too? Like, I don't think we put him on our list, but it's criminal. He doesn't get the love as a guitarist. He is a phenomenal guitar player, and I don't think he's ever gotten the props for that.
Next up, oh boy, time to alienate half of the Hooligan Nation. Van Halen 5150.
Ooh.
Look, whether you're a Dave guy or you're a Sammy guy, you have to admit that 1984 skyrocketed them and 5150 went higher. The sound completely changed. It did. But it became so much multifaceted when Eddie was allowed to bring keyboards into his own band, David Lee Roth. And when you bring in a lead singer that can actually sing, Sammy Hagar,
Who's also a good guitar player too.
that's right. You brought potential for a second guitar in. You brought a lead singer in that can sing anything. 77, 78 years old, can still sing anything. You got rid of the shtick, which there was way too much of, in my opinion. And it became about the music. And that is absolutely an incredibly produced album. That might have the cleanest, crispest sound of any record of the decade. Maybe.
The one thing I'll say about 5150, I mean, it's no secret. I think we've said it many times. I'm a huge Sammy Hagar fan. But I appreciate early Van Halen. I appreciate older Van Halen. And I'm a foundational person. There's a lot of stuff about David Lee Roth I absolutely cannot stand. But from my perspective, what he brought to the table in the beginning, he was the consummate frontman and showman in the beginning. It goes over the top, but at the same time, Sammy's always. If I have to pick, it's always going to be Van Hagar. But I like both. It's really a tough thing because your diehard Van Halen fans are going to ride or die with Dave, no matter how crazy he is these days.
Look, I love Dave era Van Halen. I mean, I do. I just like Sammy era Van Halen this much more. And I like it because they were able to go into multiple different directions that I don't think Dave was capable of going in. For those of you that are swearing at your TV screen or your cell phone or at your car radio if you're listening to us, you have to ask yourself, could Sammy Hagar have sung Jump? Yes or no?
Yeah, easily.
Easily, right?
Yeah.
Could David Lee Roth have sung Dreams?
No.
Next, Judas Priest Turbo. It's another one that's going to divide the Hooligan Nation.
Yeah.
But it's another distinct sound change, and I think it's a great album.
There's a song on there. It's one of the best rock songs of all time.
One?
No, I don't think it ever got enough love, but Out in the Cold is one of my favorite songs of all time. I love that song.
It's an absolute great song. So is Turbo Lover. So is Locked In.
Locked
so
In
is
is great.
Parental Guidance.
Parental Guidance. Oh my God.
I mean,
great. Your diehard Judas Priest fans are going to be like Defender of the Faith, British Steel. They're going to go through all the early stuff, which is great too. But I mean, again, this is right in the heart and soul of our era. I love Turbo. Again, we both burnt that album out.
absolutely. Absolutely 100%. Can't not say this. Also helped by MTV. Locked In was a great video. So was Turbo Lover. They also had a video for Parental Guidance. All great stuff. I mean, I haven't seen the Parental Guidance video in probably 30 years. The dueling guitar solo in Parental Guidance is just what it is.
I mean, I like a lot of like Judas Priest changed their sound a lot of different times in different ways too. And I even like Painkiller. Painkiller was a good album too.
Yeah, I like Painkiller. Much harder, much different sound, but it's still Judas Priest.
Right. I had something tragic happen too with Turbo.
Uh-oh.
I was listening to cassette in my 73 Chevy Caprice convertible,
Oh, I
and
can't wait.
the cassette fell out, didn't realize it, and I ran it over.
Oh my
So
God.
I had to go out that day and I had to go buy another one.
Are you ready to jump from the frying pan into the fire?
Yeah, absolutely.
Ozzy Osbourne, The Ultimate Sin.
Ooh. I don't know why it's criticized. I love that album. I saw that tour. Oh my God. Great memories. Actually, is that the one? Yeah, that is the one. I do believe Metallica warmed up for Ozzy when I saw this tour.
I don't remember if it was Ultimate Sin or Bark at the Moon, but you're in the right.
Shot in the Dark. Yeah, it was because Ozzy came down in this big monster structure that opened
Yes, he
up.
did.
Metallica warmed up for that. Cliff Burton was in that concert too.
Okay.
And then he died like a month later.
Yeah, I think The Ultimate Sin is a great Ozzy album. I would love to ask Jakey Lee this, but yeah, good luck with that. I think the sound change probably worked the best for Jakey Lee. I mean, if you listen to the guitars on that album, they are utterly amazing.
Mm.
Again, greatly helped by MTV. And you know what? Credit to Ozzy and Sharon, because you put the Prince of Darkness in white sequined with makeup. Like you did all these things. Hey, good move, Sharon. Like, good move. I know you alienated fans. I know there are people on the other side of this podcast that are freaking out right now. But music business. And music business wise, yeah. You
How,
followed up Bark at the Moon with The Ultimate Sin. Woo!
and again, like just to give Jake Ely some more love, like you got to give props to a guy when you hear his sound, you know it's him.
Mm-hmm.
He created his own sound and it fit Ozzy so well.
Now we're going to have to spin a little. So you're not going to pull a muscle or anything, are you?
I hope not. I'm getting old.
David Lee Roth, Eat 'em and Smile.
Good album.
Yeah, I have to agree.
Yeah,
Like,
Steve I mean, come on. The
I mean, great.
Yankee Rose, great. Actually, for the for David in competition wanting to send a message to Van Halen, I got to give him props. That was a great song to come out to do.
Mm-hmm.
And then Steve I with his guitaring, that answering, yeah.
What? Yeah, you know what? Look, I gotta give, doesn't matter who it is. I give them credit if they earn it. You gotta give David Lee Roth credit for number one, going out and finding something that was in the Eddie Van Halen world.
He had no choice. He had to get a stud.
Correct. And then putting out Yankee Rose as the first single. It did not matter what else was on that record. When
But
Yankee Rose came out, the whole world went,
wow.
and everybody likes competition.
Yeah.
So here comes Van Halen 5150 with Sammy Hagar. People minds blown. And then here comes David Lee Roth with Eat 'em and Smile, and he shoots out Yankee Rose, and the world goes, oh my God, we have a competition here. Look, in reality, in my opinion, the rest of the album was nowhere near as good as Yankee Rose. But for the people of our age, the teenagers in the 80s that most of the time watched MTV, you saw the Van Halen video Dreams, which Van Halen doesn't appear in. And then your next video was David Lee Roth, Yankee Rose, and you were like, oh, I'm not sure Not sure who's better.
Right, because at that time, right, Identity, David Lee Roth looked more like Van Halen, the old Van Halen at that time, looks wise, more than what 5150 was at that time. So you had to get an adjustment as a Van Halen fan.
Anyhow, next, Europe, the final countdown. Again,
MTV,
in my opinion,
good song.
criminally underrated. A much better band than they ever will get credit for. Yes, overproduced. Yes, poppy. And no, I don't care. Don't care.
Yeah, and it's a pretty good album. I like the album.
Cinderella Night Songs.
Oh, I love that album.
Same thing goes for them.
Not a lot of bad songs on that album.
No.
Most of the songs are good on that album.
And again, Cinderella was a criminally underrated band. Yeah. I think they got sucked into the whole glam metal thing, and that's probably what hurt them, because they were so much more than glam metal. And speaking of glam metal, Poison. Look what the cat dragged in. 3 times platinum. Look, folks, if you're looking for something with great substance, no reason to look at Poison. If you're looking at something that's fun, and you don't care about the substance, there's nothing better than Poison. I am of the opinion that Bret Michaels is one of the best frontmen ever. If you've ever seen Poison live, he's one of those few guys that really commands a stage and knows how to
consummate performer.
Yes, absolutely. I've seen Poison live twice. Incredible live band. I don't like
specifically that album too. There's a lot of great songs. I Won't Forget You, Baby. Talk Dirty to Me. I mean, there's a lot. I Want Action. There's a lot of good songs on that album too.
Now the look might be slightly regretful. Next, Alice Cooper, Constrictor.
Yeah, you're again. For me, I don't have a lot to offer there. Like with Alice, I'm more of a songs guy. There's certain songs I really like of his, but I've never really dove into his catalog too much.
This is when Alice, started. And look, when you're Alice Cooper, and I'm of this opinion also, Alice Cooper is like KISS. You couldn't put them in any box ever in their career. So no matter where Alice goes, he belongs there. What's the Alice Cooper sound?
Well, let's go back to this again. If you're a fan of a band, you have 2 types of music.
Good music and bad music.
Thank you.
Well,
that's what it comes down to.
Alice Cooper Constrictor to me is good music. Credit to Alice one more time, finding Kane Roberts and finding himself a bona fide guitar hero that was freakish, to say the least, in a visual time.
Rambo.
Yeah, in a visual time, the guy was a dead ringer for Rambo. And then he comes out.
He played up to it.
Yeah, and then he comes out with a guitar that looks like a rifle, and he's huge. Come on. I mean, you got to give some of these guys credit for marketing and knowing where the music business was going. We're going to get right off of that completely with Loudness, Lightning Strikes.
Seen them in concert twice.
Yeah.
Good. They're a good band. Different sound. Definitely unique sound. The album itself, not just rock, not just rock and roll crazy nights. Not just rock and roll crazy nights. The whole album is actually really, really good if you listen to the album.
Yep. Best part is none of them can speak a word of English, but boy, he sang in English really well.
Yeah.
And it was really good. Now, we go on to another band that also, give them credit or beat them up. Wasp, Inside the Electric Circus. This was where Wasp went. Glam, they went, look, in my opinion, they did a hell of a job. I love 9-5 Nasty. Next, I'm going to run through these relatively quick to get us into 1987 because boy is this taking much longer than
Yeah, I
I
know.
expected. Tesla, Mechanical Resonance.
Their own sound, very unique.
Yeah, I wouldn't put Tesla in the glam metal in any way, shape, or form. I
Yeah, they
would
stand
say
on their
that
own.
Tesla was Tesla.
Yep.
Great album. Striper, To Hell with the Devil.
Good
This
album.
launches Striper. It didn't last very long. Great album. Also in that era of being incredibly produced. And we end on, because Kiss took a break this year and didn't put an album out. Vinnie Vincent Invasion debut. Okay. So it's, anybody that listens to us every week.
We just did a big thing on that.
Yeah, we kind of killed Vinny. Look, Vinny is an enigma, but he's such a talent. There's just too much Vinny. There's nothing. It could have been a great album. Some people will fight to the death saying it is a great album, and good for you if you think it's a great album. I think it could have been a great album. I think
Two really good songs.
Vinnie Vincent Invasion could have been a great band. And I think that Vinny shot himself in the foot repeatedly. And that's why they were in and out in 2 albums in 2 years. And now we move on to 1987. And Def Leppard Hysteria comes out. And I mean,
Game changer.
if I can put a graphic of a nuclear bomb on the screen, that's probably not enough to tell you what happened when Def Leppard Hysteria came out.
I got a three word sentence. They owned it.
Oh, yes, they owned it. Absolutely. I would venture to say that nobody did it better than them.
At that particular time, it's hard to argue that.
But then again, here comes Guns N' Roses' Appetite for Destruction.
Oh, wow. I didn't see. You threw me a curveball. I didn't know that was coming next.
The debut became an explosive success, eventually selling over 30 million copies worldwide. In the time of pretty looking glam metal bands, here comes guys that look like they never had a bath, and they sounded like guys that never had a bath. It it it's a it just changed
Right.
the
I mean,
world.
if you haven't seen it, we did an episode on it. It's one of the best albums all time. There's not a bad song on it. And for me, it's I'm not the biggest Guns N' Roses fan in the world. I'm a fan, but I'm not the biggest Guns N' Roses fan in the world. But that particular album, it probably makes my top 10 of all time albums of all time. Because the thing that I've always loved about that album too, not one song is similar. Every song is different. Every song stands on its own. And there's not too many albums where you can say 1 minute Axl sounds like this, next minute. I mean, it's all over the map, but every song is good.
Yeah, we said this. It's like having 4 lead singers for your band.
Yeah.
Next up, this just doesn't stop. Motley Crue, Girls, Girls, Girls. Album went 4 times platinum in the
It's
U.S.
a pretty good album. I'm just
Really,
playing.
I'm glad you like it.
I'm just playing. No, it's a great album. I mean, Girls, 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 Girls was the staple song for every go-go bar that
Oh.
ever existed back then. I mean,
Oh
to
my
talk
God.
about a song that like completely freaking vaunted them another level. So I give you that. I mean, and that album's is a pretty complete album. It's a good album too.
Motley Crue gets grouped into the glam metal scene, and if you look at it like this, Motley Crue were in and out. They made Theater of Pain, and I guess it's a glam metal sound, but it was more of a glam metal look.
Mm.
By the time they put Girls, Girls, Girls out, they had changed the look to the third look. Honestly, the
Yeah,
makeup was gone.
they were
All,
like bikers.
yeah, they went to the biker look. Like, again, credit to Motley Crue and their management, Doc McGee, for being ahead of the curve. And I think that's part of the reason why Motley Crue is still Motley Crue today. They traversed that era maybe better than most bands did, and they got themselves out and put themselves back into what would be considered mainstream hard rock and heavy metal before everything else came about. Next up, White Lion Pride. Featured hits like Wait and When the Children Cry sold well over 2 million copies in the US. And like most bands in this time in the 80s, from 85 to 89, they had a guitar virtuoso that turned out to be his own enigma, Vito Bratta.
I really feel underrated band.
I do too. I think they were an underrated band. I think Vito's an underrated guitar player, but that's because he left the scene relatively quick and he really doesn't have anything to do with music at all.
When the Children Cry is another one of those songs I feel like is a timeless song, is a meaningful song, is appropriate these days. I mean, if you ever really paid attention to the words of that song, like that, to me, that song was ahead of its time.
Next up, Dokken, Back for the Attack, certified platinum in the US with approximately 1.5 million copies sold worldwide. Again, see above. Great. I mean, Dokken was just so great. If Don Dokken and George Lynch could have got along.
And they still play together. That's the funny part. They still have moments where they play together.
Yeah, they just can't coexist for long periods of time.
But Don Dawkins is another one of those Paul Stanley guys. He's a very, very interesting dude.
Great album, though. Great album.
Yeah.
Again, I warned you guys of this. Very much helped out by MTV. Very much helped out by being on the Nightmare on Elm Street soundtrack. And here comes Aerosmith with Permanent Vacation.
This is the way I can describe Aerosmith in that particular moment in time. Great songs, but I think at that particular time in my life, they were too commercial, so I really didn't pay too much attention to them. They were like for me too popsy, and I was really into my Metallica phase then.
Well, there was a big change.
They were good songs. I'm not knocking the songs at all.
Is big change in Aerosmith. There's actually a documentary. It's not very long, but there's a documentary that's on YouTube about the making of that album, and it's pretty interesting. They talk about the sound change. They of course they brought in outside songwriters, Desmond Child being one of them.
That you could see that in Angel. Big time.
Right. Bruce Fairbairn was the producer. All KISS fans should know he produced Psycho Circus. He very much, let's say manipulated their sound.
Hey, listen, they're all good songs. All the songs you mentioned, they're good songs.
I mean, you look, Dude Looks Like a Lady is a entertaining song.
Mm-hmm.
I don't, there's not much substance to it.
I like his vocal in that. I do like his vocal in that song. Dude Looks Like a Lady.
To me, the star of the record is Angel. I think it's also an underrated song. It's an underrated Aerosmith song that doesn't get a lot of credit.
That's a great song, I think. I like that song.
I do too, but how often? I bet you they don't play that live.
Probably not.
Well, they don't play anything live right now. Yeah. Next up, Alice Cooper, Raise Your Fist and Yell. I love the song.
That's the one difference of us. Like I said, you're definitely a lot more versed on Alice than I am, so I can't even really give you a good critique.
I like Alice. I like all eras of Alice. I like the Alice Cooper band. I like Alice Cooper as a solo artist.
I like what he stands for. I always have.
Golfing?
No, he's an ambassador. He's an ambassador. He's been so good to the rock and roll industry.
He's a character-based rock star. And coming from KISS being my favorite band, I think it's relatively
Along the same
normal
vein.
and natural. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you know, I like the music. He never has a bad guitar player, which is always a good thing. He never has a bad drummer, which is also a good thing. The music is always tight and good, and Alice is ageless. Next up, the Fraley's Comet debut. Ace's
definitely-
first album was his best album. That's no knock on Ace at all, but we said this in the episode where we reviewed the Fraley's Comet debut. Ace knew that he had to come out and blow people's minds, and he surrounded himself with great musicians. He surrounded himself with a great producer for him, Eddie Kramer, and he absolutely killed it. And he was also greatly helped by MTV. He put out 2 videos for this, Into the Night and Rock Soldiers. And, you know, unfortunately, whether you love Ace or you don't like Ace at all, unfortunately, he fell off the wagon. And that's probably what happened. That
You know-
second record, although I think the second record is good, it is definitely not an Ace Frehley album.
And I said something a long time ago, I think when we covered the solo album from the 78 solo album.
Was it in a galaxy far, far away? No? Okay.
No, that's where you're going to do the crickets, I think, on that one. I was just
Probably.
going to say, I think you're going to like what I say this here. Like, a motivated Ace Frehley is a guy you need to look out for, because when he's motivated, look out. 78 solo album and his debut album, Frehley's
Yep.
Comet.
Unmotivated Ace Frehley is a problem.
Yes.
And next, Great White, Once Bitten. Great, 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 great blues rock band.
Yeah.
Again, criminally underrated. Great songs. Great guitar player. Great frontman. Great lead singer. Great, 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 great.
The other thing I can say about that band, and I think you'll definitely agree. Remember I was telling you about TNT, how that Summertime Girls, like, to me, Great White's one of those bands where it's like you think of their Rock Me and you think of that song, you're like, man, I'm right back there sitting in my convertible with cranking out the tunes and having a great time. It just brings you back. Like, when I think of Great White, they're definitely one of those bands that epitomize the 80s bands.
Yeah, and it was another band, unfortunately, that was derailed by excess.
That's not, yeah, big time.
I mean, that's really the only thing that makes sense is they were derailed by excess.
Yeah.
Next up, oh my God, we could do an entire episode on this. Whitesnake, self-titled Whitesnake. For those of you that aren't Whitesnake fans and don't know, this is the Tawny Katane video album. And for those of you that don't know this, I'm about to blow your mind because not everybody knows this, surprisingly enough. That band that's in the videos, you know, that all-star band with Rudy Sarzo and Tommy Aldridge and Adrian Vandenberg, and I always forget one of them. Who's the one that I'm
Vivian
forgetting?
Campbell.
And Vivian Campbell. Why is it always that I forget Vivian
I
Campbell?
don't know, and I always have it there for you.
Just so you know, they didn't play on the album. They didn't play on the album. I don't understand. I don't know the story, although I
Yeah.
really would love the
Yeah.
story.
The only thing I've ever heard, and I could be completely off base, but I've heard multiple interviews with people that say David Coverdale was a very difficult person to work with.
I have heard that before. And the guitar player that played guitar on that album, John Sykes, who just died less than a year ago, I've heard that he was also a little difficult. So that may be part of it. But look, at the time, I didn't know it. And when In the Still of the Night came out, you know, it's
It
1987.
was the second coming of Robert Plant.
But you're like, oh my God, there's Rudy Sarzo. He's in Quiet Riot. Oh my God, there's Tommy Aldrich. He's in Ozzy Osbourne. Oh my God, there's Adrian Vandenberg. He's in Vandenberg. Oh my God, there's Vivian Campbell. He's from Dio. Like, it was an all-star band before that
Very
was
true.
popular. little did I know, at least, that none of them played on the album. And the funny part is, the band, after that album and that tour, they all broke up. They all went their separate ways. They never.
If you look at potential, though, like they
Oh.
had the potential to be a big time band,
And I think this is safe to say.
for a longer period of time, because they were hot at that point. But yeah.
Credit to David Coverdale for dating Tawny Kitaen at exactly the right time to be able to put her in the music videos when there could be nothing more important than the music videos. Putting Tawny Kitaen in those videos did more for Whitesnake than anything imaginable. I mean, if she wasn't in that video, they might have played it once an hour. She was in the video, they played it 5 times an hour.
I didn't realize how much of a troubled soul she was, man. It's such a shame what happened to her.
Yeah, she was looking rough at the end too. She was really. Yeah. Next up, Anthrax, Among the Living.
Indians.
Look, if you're not running around right now, banging your head to Indians, you need to revisit Anthrax, Among the Living, and do that. Probably their most commercially successful album, and led by the single Indians.
Now, I'll give you a comparison with Anthrax and Megadeth. Same kind of style, like speed and stuff like that, but their singer is phenomenal.
Yeah, Joey Belladonna is much different than Dave Mustaine. I'll agree with that. And finally, to end out 1987, the ever-loved KISS Crazy Nights. Don't know what to tell you, people. It's a platinum-selling album. It is incredibly overproduced. I will give you that, but it is I think it's not a complete wonderful album,
but it's not hot in the shade.
It's got its moments, and it was of the era, and I
like the title song a lot.
Yeah, I do too. I'm not embarrassed to say I am a fan of Crazy Nights. I'm not a huge fan, but I'm a fan.
Yeah, I'm kind of right around the same area there.
And unfortunately, hooligans, I can't believe this, but we should have known this ahead of time. This was our era, and it was going to take a lot longer. And we're about 2 hours in raw footage, and we just finished 1987. So that means you got to come back next week so we can finish this up and do 1988 and 1989, and then we will get back to what we normally do. But this is a big influential era for both Father Rocco and I. This was our time. So
yeah. And I want to give props to you guys, to the hooligans out there. Like, one of the things me and him spoke about early on when we first started doing this, we had no idea it was going to get where it's going, and hopefully it continues to grow the way it's going. But we're really digging the comments. Like, we're seeing more and more engagement after every episode, and that's what we want. Like, we want to hear your stories. That's, reliving our childhood in the 80s is pretty much the premise of what this has been all about from the very start. So keep those comments coming. Talk about some funky stuff from the 80s era, like we talked about Etch-a-Sketch and stuff like that. Anything you want to put in the comments that you might find entertaining.
All right, folks, part 3 next week. If you're tired of us, I apologize. If you're not tired of us, it won't be that long of a week, and we'll finish this up. And boy, it doesn't get worse. It gets better. So stay tuned and meet us back here next Friday at 2:13 p.m. exactly for the premiere of part 3. Oh, sorry. Bad math. Part 3. If you're listening to us on any of the podcast platforms, please leave us a review. And if you just found us, check out our past episodes. If you're watching us on our YouTube channel and you like this episode, please consider hitting the like button, just like that guy who used to wear a mullet, and leaving us a comment. Hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any future episodes, and you can be just like that guy and check out these episodes right here. As always, if you made it this far, thank you for supporting us. And don't forget, if it's too loud, you're too old. Peace out, Hooligan Nation.